Hi everyone. Now this is going to be very important because we are going to discuss three whys, the three qualities. If we can able to convince that you possess in yourself, then you can succeed in any HR, human resources interview. Because human resources interviews are very tricky one. The question seems to be very simple, yet you feel that you have underperformed, some kind of incompleteness which you feel after the interview, and many times you lose or you fail to penetrate to the final round, or maybe you just lose the opportunity in the HR round even though you perform very better, perform excellent in the previous rounds. Why that happens? I, after so much surveys, have understood that in HR interviews the major qualities which they look for, I'm not saying that they are only these qualities they look for, but the major or the biggest criteria or the biggest priority will be given for these three whys: adaptability, flexibility and productivity. All the questions will be aimed in underlying whether you possess these qualities or not. Now we need to understand, because the success of the interview will always depend on whether we are understanding the motive behind the question. We should never take the literal meaning of that question. When we take the literal meaning, some question seems to be silly, you don't take them serious, you get irritated, you feel offended. That's the problem. You never take the literal meaning of the question. Instead, try to understand the motive behind the question. Definitely these will be the motives if the interview is framed in a proper manner. Now, adaptability is coping up with change. They are looking whether you can change in environment, change in workplace, change in team members, how adaptable you are to the changes. Because unless you are adaptable, they will never trust you or they will not rely on you. So when they frame questions like that, they will ask simply like, tell me what was the most difficult situation for you. And when you say that, changing teams will be very difficult because it takes a lot of time for me to adjust with new people, then you are not adaptable. So don't try to get caught in such questions. Always try to convince them or give examples to them that you are adaptable enough. That's very important, because life, society, workplace, everything changes constantly, and we humans have evolved with the change, and we need to be always adaptable. Followed by flexibility. This is also one of the key aspects which every employer will be looking out for. Flexibility is very much related with adaptability, but more practically with the timings, with the shifts. You should never show rigidness that I'm not so comfortable with that. At least initially, in your fresher stage, you should show flexibility in your answers. Again, you should give examples and you should prove them that in past also you were flexible enough and you can have, or you can show wide range. Okay, you can fit in any team under any circumstances, because ultimately it is the beginning of your career. Productivity is one of the major responsibility of the HR to finalize your position, because if you are able to do 5 hours work in 5 hours, that's great. If you are able to do 5 hours work in 4.5 hours, that's great, without losing the quality, and that productivity they are looking out. So whether you are delivering on or sometimes beyond time, they will be looking for this. Again, for this, they will be basically framing questions. So please try to understand that adaptability, flexibility and productivity are the three underlying qualities which they are looking out, especially in the human resources interviews, and you should find that motive in what kind of question they are asking, and you should go almost close to the answer. And for that, no fake answers, no statements, very convincingly good examples, relatable examples can be given so that your answers looks believable. Thank you.